Yesterday we discussed about the how to add the entries, how to add the systems into the logon pad here. So here there is a create option here. Click on the new here. Just click on the next button. You see the connection type here. Sir, we are using the two instances. When you install the SAP is the three-tier architecture. When you install the SAP, there the two instances are getting created. One is the ASCS instance. The second one is the application server instance. So ASCS instance and then application server instance here, right? So this is the SAP. SAP equals to ASS and application server means first we are installing primary in the application server here. So in your logon pad entry, you can directly connect to the custom application server. Means application server you can directly connect it by bypassing ASS. Otherwise second connection we can also make to the via ASS. Then ASS will route the request to the application server. So both the things are like a connecting to the your SAP application server. One is like directly connecting to the application server, which means directly connecting to the application server. Second one is the connecting to message server, where the message server is available, your ASCS instance. Your ASCS instance. So this is later we can discuss how to configure that entry when message server topics comes here. Okay. So here custom application server we need to select, then click on the OK button. So then system will be added here, right? So these details are, how can I get these details? These are our SAP system details. This is our SAP application server KP online server 1, where we installed our SAP, that instance number and our system details here, right? These all are the systems only. It's installed in the respective OS is there. But this is our gem server here. So you can use the gem server means RDP server daily. So to connect to our SAP systems here, right? So whenever you click on the SAP logon button here, so you see it's connecting. It's connecting the status here, right? Sometimes when you see here, it is also sometimes
Can
it
you
is connected
can you
status here.
explain the group and custom difference
Yeah,
between the group and custom?
there is a topic here, message server selection. That time you will get more details on the group server selection. Okay, there is a topic we have. So that time how to connect to the ASCS instance. To connect to the ASCS instance, you need to use the system details, right? You have to use the system details. ASCS means message server details here. Load balancing will happen. So when that is useful here, when this is not useful here, what is the drawback here? If you directly connecting to the application server, so in case of this is down, then you cannot connect it. But if you have the more than one application server is there, we have the more than application servers are there, you have the more than SAP application servers are there, depends upon the load, the production. Here also one SAP application server, here also one of the SAP application server, here also you have the one SAP application server, here also you have installed means added. So you have added the more than here. So in that case, how the request will be routed, right? In that case, if you're directly connecting to the one application server, but remaining are also up and running. So if this is down, we cannot connect it here. But so when you have the more than one application server, the recommendation is to connect via ASCS instance. So that when you are connecting to the ASCS instance, so ASCS means message server. Message server will check the logon load balancing, whether which one is having the less load, which one having the less load, then it will connect to the that application server. So in case of this is down, all your request will be routed to the any one of the four application server. If this is also down, remaining three. If this is also down, remaining two. If this is also down, remaining one. Like that, So instead of connecting to the direct application server, so via ASS, if you connect it, message server responsibility is to perform the load balancing activity. Okay. So when we are discussing about the load balancing related things, message server related things, so that time you will come to know more details about the how to install the additional application server, then how to connect via ASS instance here. Okay. Now we have not started that point, so it will come in the work process administration topic here, right? Work process administration topic. So once you add it to the here, you will get the SAP system details. You will get the SAP system details here, right? When you click on the button, you will be logged into the our SAP systems. You see, you will be logged into the our SAP systems here, right? Here you can see our SAP system details here, right? So now normally you see here when we log into the NW1, NW1 also connected here, right? NW1 also connected here. So right, so how you are opening the system from here, right? So when you are user, whenever any user means you, whenever you are connecting to the SAP, then here dispatcher will take the responsibility. Dispatcher, there is a dispatcher in the application server level. So the dispatcher will take the request from the user, means logon pad will assign to the respective work process. We have the 7 work process. Dispatcher will assign to the respective work process here, right? So here our dispatcher responsibility is here to take the request from the user or logon pad. So our dispatcher. So let's talk about the work process administration. In that, the first process, so dispatcher responsible, dispatcher in the name itself, dispatcher, dispatching, right? Dispatching. What it is dispatching? Dispatching the request to the, take the request and so maintain the request in the FIFO order. FIFO order. It will maintain the request in the first in, first out order, and it will forward request to the so available dialog work process available, the dialog work process here, that is the dispatcher will do. So dispatcher will take the request from the logon pad. In case of dispatcher is down, you cannot connect it. If in case of dispatcher is down or there are some issues, then you cannot connect it. See, so dispatcher is maintaining this delay also happening because of the dispatcher. Because of the dispatcher, you are unable to open it here. Now it's opening. Now it's opening here, right? So every system is opening. You are getting the screen means dispatcher is opening here. Dispatcher is so working here. That's the reason, right? Dispatcher is taking the request. Dispatcher is taking the request here, right? Then first time, then after that, you can log into the SAP system with the default user, either SAP star or DDIC. You can log into the SAP system here. 000 or 001 are the default clients. Then SAP star and SAP star or DDIC are the default. Default means it will come as part of the installation. It will come as part of the installation. So here once you log into the once the SAP screen is opened, it will hand over to the dialog work process. The dialog work process will check the user authentication and everything. Then it will process the user request and everything here, right? So whenever you got the screen is opened means you are allocated to the available one of the dialog work process. You are allocated to the one of the dialog work process here. You are allocated to the one of the so dialog work process here. Then first time we are logging to the SAP system, you can use either DDIC or SAP star, either 000 or 001 client. You can use it. Then you can log into the SAP system. Then this is the SAP system screen got opened here. This is the SAP signature theme here. So here, this is the home page of the SAP. Here you see this is the OK code box. This box name is called the OK code box here. OK code box here. OK code box means, so where we will enter the transaction code here, where we enter the transaction code here, right? So what is mean by transaction code? What is mean by transaction code here? Transaction code is shortcut, okay? Shortcut to the business application, shortcut to the business application here, shortcut to the business application, which means whenever, so SAP normally if you see the other applications, any Zoom or something like that, you have the tabs. Suppose like if we talk about the Zoom meeting also one of the application. So this main work is pro meeting request and all those things, right? Here also you have the home page, meeting, team chat, whiteboard. There a lot of tabs are available. It's a tabs based concept. It's a tabs based concept here. But SAP is not the tabs based concept here. It's a transaction code based concept. Why? Because within the SAP, you are not only one person working here with you. So functional team, development team, users, so many teams, security, many teams will work on the same system here, right? Then each team, there is a specific set of transaction codes are available, right? So in the OK code box, if you enter the one transaction code, it will open the business shortcut to the your business application, shortcut to the your business application here. So this is the shortcut to the your business application, right? Then we can see here, right? So this is the dispatcher. So the first one is the dispatcher. It will maintain the all the request into the FIFO order. Then it will send the request to the available dialog work process, right? A dispatcher, we don't have any transaction code, but we can see it in the MMC whether dispatcher is up and running or not. We can see it, right? We can see it in the dispatcher status. Dispatcher available in the application server level. Dispatcher is available in the application server level here, right? That is the dispatcher, right? So now when it comes to the another work process, SAP dialog work process. SAP, the dialog work process. This is the one of the key important factor, like key important work process here, dialog work process. So dialog work process is responsible for to take the request from the user. So this is the one of the first work process which will interact with the user, which means after the dispatcher, the next one who will take the dispatcher also will assign the request to the dialog work process only. Why? Because dispatcher is only for dispatching, but actual work will be done by the dialog work process. That's why all users will connect to the dialog work process only. Means if you are able to log into the SAP system, it's because of one work process will allocate. One dialog work process will allocate to the your request. One dialog work process will allocate to the your request. That's why. So why? Because dialog work process is responsible to take the user request from dispatcher and process the user request. Right? Process means whatever user wants to do in the SAP system, everything, whatever he wants to book the ticket, once he log into the system, then once he book the payment is done, ticket is booked, then he is log out, then work process will become free. Same as like here, once we log into the system, all those things will happen here in the system, right? That is the just for example. So once you log into the system until you complete the transaction, then here the work process will be helpful to you. Your dialog work process will helpful to you. So if you have, so one work process will handle the, so 5 users, example, 1:5. If the 10 work process, 50 work for 50 users, right? So like that, so we have, if you have one work process, it will only handle the limited number of people. If you have the more work process, Then more work process means more dialogues are there. Then n number of people they can log into the our business suite systems here, right? Our SAP systems here. That's why we need more number of dialogue work process here. But it's not that much of easy to increase speed immediately. Why? Because each work process will occupy the some amount of RAM memory. So if you have the less RAM memory, if you increase it that one, entire system will go down status here. Why? Because SAP work process will function based upon the memory. So if the memory issues you have, system will not function. You may face the some performance issues here. So the first work process you can see the SAP dialog work process, which will it will process your user request. The transaction codes for the work process is SM50. That is the we can check the in the SM50 here, the local work process overview. What is about the local SAR means one application server, you can have a local, then SM66, this is for the global work process overview. This is the global work process overview, which means local means only one application server. Here, SM50 is the transaction code here. Here we can check the work process status here, work process status here, how the system is responding, how fast system is responding here, right? You see here one, so here you have the 5 dialog work process. So here one update, 4 backgrounds are there here. 5 means 5 into 5, 25 users can handle at a time, they can log into the system here, right? So okay, so this many, so by default, but 10 will come, we can decrease it here, we can decrease it here. So you can see here dialog work process here, right? Dialogues are there here. You can see dialog. So 5 work process are there here. 5 dialog work process are there. 5 dialog work process are there here. So this 5 dialog work process, so will process the user request. So it means if the dialog work process are, see here I logged in, that's why one work process status showing the running status here, which means I logged into the SAP system, then work process status is the running status here, right? Which means then how many number of status we have, right? Waiting, running, sleep, right? Error status. Then sometimes it will go to the hold on preview status due to the memory issues, right? So what is the main important things are the waiting and running. Wait and running. The status of the work process here. Not only dialog, all the work process status is here. Waiting, right? Running, right? Sleep. So error, right? Then hold, then preview. So these are the status of the work process here. If the work process status is waiting, then waiting means waiting for the work process, which means free. The work process status is wait, means remaining work process are free, and remaining 4 work process are free, then people can log into the system. Running status means user request is running, means one dialog work process is attached to the user, that is there in the 000001 and DDIC user, it is running here, right? So it is running here, your request is running, right? What you are running? You are running the one program. So one backend, it is running status here. So that is the dialog process taken your responsibility here, right? Remaining four are there here. So here, like that, n number of people can log into the system at a time. They can do their business transactions and everything. They can complete it in the systems, right? So here,
Sir, how did you tell that 25 users can, you did the multiplication like 5 into 5, right? Dialog work process,
right. Actually, one work process will handle the 5 to 10 users normally. Okay. But if you calculate the minimum 5, so then 5 work process, 5 into 5, 25 users can log into the at a time minimum. So if the concurrent user, some users, they will log in, some users they will log out. Whenever the user log out, the work process will become to the free status. It will come to the become free. Means out of 5, 4 are available. Means 1 is running here. See, immediately it jump to the another one. So your work process dialog work process responsibility is take the user request. If all the work process are running status here, nothing is in the waiting status. Waiting means work process are waiting for to pick up the user request. So no one is logging. Then it will, so here it means it's a waiting status only. Once the user login, immediately it will pick up the request. Then it will process the user request and everything here, right? It will process the user request here.
As you logged in, only one it is showing as running and remaining 4 are waiting.
Waiting
Because,
means
yeah.
other users also can log in status here.
Mhm.
Suppose
Yeah,
example, installation we are doing at a time only one person, which means software was only one operating system, one software. So everybody, if one person at a time is possible. Why? Because system can only one person at a time is possible. But SAP is not like that. Why? Because if the one person means, if the hundreds of users means hundreds of system, do you need to create? Not required. One server means one NW1 system, one SAP system, hundreds of people, like thousands of people, they can log into at a time, they can carry out the work here in the system, right? That is what we are doing here. That's why you all are connected to the, from your logon pad, you all are mapped your entries to the, so SAP, these entries you have mapped. So you can log into the SAP system with different users, you can log in, then you can complete your so like practice and transactions, all those things we can complete it here. That's possible here. That's we can do it here, right? So that's we can do it here like this. So you can log in a number of people, multiple sessions. So you can also open the multiple sessions here. So if you keep on opening, so let me open the hundreds of sessions here. So there is a limitations, but we can open it. N number of sessions I can see here. N number of sessions I opened, right? Sessions I opened here. There are 6 or 7. Limitation is there. So you can open the multiple sessions, parallel sessions. You can open it. Not only one. You can in your laptop, your desktop. You can also open the sessions. So you can open it here, right? So this is the work process overview of the SAP work process here, right? So which means here you can check the only one application server, means KP online NW100 instance related. Suppose if you install the one more application server, then here it won't display. Then in this case, you have to go to the SM66. Sir, why you have used it into the S/N? /N is the directly you can jump in instead of going to the again home screen, then again typing the SM66, then again going to the SM66 here. You can see now 2 work processes are running, right? So then if you go to SM50, then in this case you can jump in one to another. You can jump into the here. You can jump into the one to another. You can jump in here. That's possible here. So if you go to SM66 here, you can jump in one work process to another work process. You can jump in one transaction code to another transaction code. You can jump in by placing the, so in front of the transaction code, just you can type the SM/N. If you type the /N, so it will go to the directly jump into the SM50 transaction code. If you don't type it here, directly execute the SM50, it won't go, right? Then it will go to the SM50. Then if you need to type the SM50, then SM50 will open. SM50 is for, so local work process overview, which means individual application server status, the work process status, it will show here. But if you go to the SM66 transaction code, here all the system wide, all the instances, normally production systems, we will install the more than one. In the production systems, more than one we will install in application servers, right? So why? Because for the load balancing, load purpose. Why? Because if the few things are there here, then only few work process are there, only few work process will, few users will log in. But we can increase it, but I don't have sufficient memory. Then again, you need to install the one more SAP, you need to add the one more additional application server. That is possible, which means depends upon the load. Today, one ASCS, what happened? First, you installed the primary application server, then ASCS system is smoothly running fine, but your business is keep on increasing. Your business is keep on increasing. then what is happening? Your business is keep on increasing. Then you decided to increase the work process, right? Why? Because business is increasing means more users are logging to the your system. Means your business is getting increased. So which means business is increasing, more users are logging means existing system resources are not enough. They are the 100 users. Then I have only 5 dialog work process. Then it's not sufficient. Then what I have to do? Whether if I increase the 5 to 10, then my RAM memory is low. If I
So
increase it, so then what we can do, SAP given the solution, do that type of thing. We can install the additional application server, which means compared to the primary, we can install the additional application servers here, additional application servers here, additional application servers here. So that so additional applications mean one more SAP application server, same dispatcher, same work process, same dialog, same work process, you will get it out here. So installing the additional application server, it's kind of a load balancing. In case of due to the issues, if this is down, then you have this application server is available, then users can log into this application server. Right? From in that case, you need to connect via message server, ASCS instance, you need to use it here. So that is the our next concept, how to add the the additional application server, then how to connect via this one. That is also we will discuss. But for now,
So,
yes,
I mean, I have a
suppose,
doubt.
yeah,
Yeah, like, I mean, how about the dispatcher in that case?
dispatcher, you have the 2 dispatcher here. Each application server, you will get the dispatchers here. So here what happens, message server will take the request here when you are connecting to the ASCS, then it will pass to the available application server. Wherever, so like this application server is available, then it will pass to the here. Or the 2 are available, then it will check the which application server having the less load. Then your request will be forwarded to the this application server. Okay, here already 100 users are there, here only 50 users are there, then your request will be forwarded to the this application server. So based upon the response time, based upon the load, message server will decide your request should go to the which application server. Then message server has the internal mechanism. That's why load distribution will process your request here.
Sir, by default, only the five dialog work process is there.
By default, we will get the minimum. So 10 we will get it out, but we decreased it. Why? Because 10 means there is a huge memory, it will use it. We decreased it.
Okay, we can increase
Increase
and
it.
decrease.
Yeah, we can do that one. There is a topic
Okay.
also. We will get all those things, all the same.
Is any specific classes on work process? All the work process
Yes, any specific?
classes, I mean, dialog work process, all the work process is there.
We are discussing the work.
Any,
Yeah, we are discussing
yeah.
about the work process administration only. Each and everything. We are in the work process administration only. The first work process we are discussing about the dialog work process. So after that, so the work process administration will run like DV, EB, MGS. First work process we are discussing about the dialog, next update, next NQ, the background, then message server. When it comes to the message server, it will perform the load balancing. Then load balancing to perform, we need to have the one more application server. Then we have to install the one more additional application server. We have to install it. But ASCS is only one, DB is only one. But only SAP app server is getting installed secondly. One more application server is getting installed here. So dialog work process related transaction codes are the SM50, SM66. Not only dialog, all the work process related transaction code status, we can see it in the SM50, SM66 here. So I'm explaining about the difference between the SM50, SM66. Like SM50 is the local work process overview, which means local means one application server specific how many work process are free, how many are running. So this one we can see it. Sir, I want all the application servers related all the application server related work process related details in the one screen means we can go to the SM66. We have the hundreds of application server. If we go to the SM66, then all the work process related details here we can see it here, all the work process. right? All the work process
But
related.
here we have only one application server, right, sir? In
Yeah.
NW, see,
If you,
NW1 is one system. It has one application server, right?
yeah, if you use the SM50 or SM66, similar work process numbers will be displayed. But if you have one more application server, then one more application server related work process will be displayed, which means it's global. All the application server related information will be displayed here. If you have one more application server, but currently you have only one.
One, yeah.
Only one. So, but later we can install. Sir, how can we know how can we know how many application servers are there in our NW1 system? Right? So you can use the SM51 is the transaction code. SM51 is the transaction code to check the active application server status, to check the active app server status. App servers status, you can check it out here. SM51 transaction code here, right? So here you can see only one application server is there. Tomorrow there is a topic that time if you install the one more application server, we can install it. If you install the one more thing, there is a one more app server will come here, means two application servers. So then if you use the SM50, the application server specific related work process information only displayed. But if you use the SM66, you have the two application servers. Then two application servers related work process information will be displayed in the one screen. In one screen, all the application servers, all the instances of the SAP system work process information will be displayed here. That is the difference between the SM50, SM66. Okay, SM50, SM66. So SM50 local, SM66 is the global application server. That's why we'll call it the global means all application server related work process details. We can see it here. So to check the active application servers, SM51, check the active application server details. How many application servers are there? We can check in the SM51 transaction code. Okay, so that is the one. So you can see this is the home page here. This is the OK code box. If you keep on here, whatever they were previously executed, all the transaction codes will be displayed. All the transaction codes will be displayed here, right? Previously you executed one transaction.
Ravi sir, if you are getting work process is status is failed or error or hold, so that time what we need to do?
Yeah. So yeah, if the work process status here, you see one is hold status, right? One work process is hold status, right? So internal hold status. So status is running means work process is running status here means some other user request is running. So waiting means work process are free. So hold means this work process is waiting for the some response from the some other dependency, means it's waiting for the work process, waiting for the other process to complete it. Once the procedure process is complete, then this will become free. So this is waiting. Hold means, so it is hold for other activity or other task to finish it here. Error means the work process is failed due to some errors or issues. So then hold means, so same, it's a hold, which currently this work process hold because some other work is running internally. So once that work is completed, then this work process will become free status, means waiting status. Private mode means prime mode. Prime mode means work process having the some memory issues. Your system is having the memory issues. Then we need to check what is causing the issue. Then we need to kill all those things here. So we need to kill the which is running and what work process, which user is executing long running things, and are there any long running job. There are a lot of things that we have to check it out. But
So we need to check any logs file due to if any error will
I'm
come.
coming to that part only. So in case of if errors or some errors, right? So you can go to the work process log file. Each and every work process, there is a log file here. You can go to here, go to the trace, then display the file. You can display the current action here. Then each work process, there is a the trace file is displayed here. The trace file is displayed here. If you scroll down and see, so what's happening? What's happening here? Why the work process is so hold status? Are there any red entries? What is this red entry? There is a bad time interval. Actually, bad time interval. Why? Because there is a time zone issue in this application server. That's why it's a work processor. So bad time zone is not correctly configured by our guys here. Here it will write the log, whatever it is doing, each and everything will be written into the backend work process logs here. There is a troubleshooting log files. There is a separate session that time. So here only, not only we can check at the operating system level, also we can check this log files here. But here, since we are in this transaction code, we want to check what is happening in the C, automatically gone. So if you want to check what is running here, select the work process, go to the trace here, the display the trace, you can see the current trace here, what's happening here. So each work process, there is a trace file. If the work process 4, then there is a work process 4, the trace file is generated here. Here we need to check the what's happening here. Are there any errors in the system, right? Are there any timing issues? So what's happening? What is the calls? How many seconds it's responded?
We
So
can download it, sir. We can download.
yeah, OS level, there is a option. Definitely, these are available in the OS level. So here also, I think we can save to the file, something like that. There is an option. Yes, there is a system slave. So you can save it. Yes, list, save to the local file. Yes. So just text with the tab. Yes, we can download it. We can download to our desktop or download. But this already available at the operating system level, right? So they can download it. The dev underscore the work process files, you can download it. Text file, we can download it or local. Right? System list save, you can download it also here. So then the text file is downloaded. So then if you open the text file, same will be displayed. Then what time we have this issue, what time user transaction got, we will get the emails or something, response time low and everything. Then we have to clearly check the why, because time to time it will write the logs. So we need to check, are there any error messages, or simply just Control F, then error. Then we'll see what's happening here. Error message. Are there any errors? Yes, are there any errors? These are the parameters. So nothing, no errors in this work process. If any errors, definitely it will display the information why this got error, and some information will be displayed here. Based on that, we need to check. So we need to act it accordingly. So we need to take the action here.
Sir, another question. Suppose a work process is in failure, and here we will have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, but work process will be in waiting state. At that moment, where it has failed, how can we check?
Logs only, each and everything which will be recorded in the trace file. We need to check the trace file. Nowhere it will write, only the trace file it will write. So when it got failure, so due to the one user request got failure, then after that it comes to the normal, then waiting status. Then we need to check what has been failed, what is been failure status. We need to check here, right? How many failures, then what time it got failure. If we keep on checking the logs, we will get some clues why it got failure. So only one log file it will write, either success or failures. So that is called the trace file. In the trace file, it will write all the information.
Sir, there is one option called delete session. So if we click on that,
If your session, the user session get deleted here. User session get deleted. Instead of doing this one here, there is a further transaction codes called the SM04. So there also user sessions are there. So we can there go ahead and we can delete it. But if I tell all those transaction codes now, the new people will get confused. Maybe you have the experience. So just wait for some time. You will get all those things here. Okay. Since we have the few members are there very new, so we need to cover for them as well. So that's why we are going with the slowly one by one.
Will we have any troubleshooting session in future?
Yes. Yeah. We have that we have the troubleshooting session actually.
Okay, sir. Okay.
It will be covered on each and everything. So only thing is initial things, right? So we are going with instead of going in deep level, if I go in deep level, people will confuse. So whatever I'm saying, just for other people, Just you can remember only those things. You can go in the, so here, so in SM50, we can see the work process status. In case of any
One
work
more,
process
one
are
more small question, sir. Sir, up we have options: administration, edit, go to. I just want to know for this transaction code, which of those options are relevant? That's all.
in SM50, you have to check the status of the work process. Okay. So status of the work process, what is this happening here? So in case of any work processor in the hold or private mode, so then go to the administration. Here you can check the trace. Okay. The trace file, you can open it here. So to check the logs and all. So also same in the administration, you have the work process, you have the cancel. So you want to troubleshoot something, you want to cancel. So you can use the with core or without core. So suppose one user is running long running, is executing the report, some report is executing that is running from several hours. So because of that report, system memory is getting low, then other users also getting impacted. User trying to cancel that session is also unable to stop it. Then in that case, you can come to here, then so you can cancel the work process with the core or without core, you can cancel it. With the core means there is a dump will be generated. With the core means there is a dump, there is a logs will be dump generated here. Cancel the work process here. Logs will be generated, that will be free. It will become free status here, right? So with core or cancel without core, like that we can option. So work process will go to the shutdown status. Work process will go to the shutdown status means that work process will become active. See here, the failure got happened now. Now immediately it is starting mode, auto started here. It will start it here. So now if you click, if you just go to the log file and keep on checking here, if you log file, keep on checking the transaction code here, we will come to know so why the work process are initialized here. So what happened in the work process here? So just you need to check the log files here, what's happening here. So it's a DB break, means we have cancelled. So it got failure status here. It's got broken. So then immediately your request that the running process is went to the other status. Then signal, so you have got the signal error. Signal means we have killed it. That is called the signal error. So like that, so we need to check that failure status, the failure reason. So here in SM50, normally you need to check, instead of going here, you need to check the status of the work process. If the all the work process status is 0, then we need to check what's happening with the all the work process, what is running here, that we need to check it out. So if required, we need to cancel the work process. If user is unable to cancel, then we can forcefully cancel all those things. Then trace, then delete session we never do here. So we will take care with the one more transaction code. There we will delete the sessions. This and all the nothing, like it's checking the work process information, user information. Here also we can check it out what is running here. This and all the common. For this and all common settings here. For every transaction code, systems and help is common, just for checking the saving some own object, some different kind of things, log off, log in, help button. So settings, so status, we can check it out here. This layout settings, we can also change the current layout to the different layout, some short layout. So we can use the standard layouts here. So then print, all those things we can use it. But mainly thing is our duty here, check the work process status here. If all are free or anything is running from the long time, if the free work process becomes 0, if the 0 is there, no one will log in. Then immediately we have to take the action. Why? All the work process are 0, work process running status. If the all are running status, work process will come to the 0. Then so no one will log into the system. If no one is logging, then they will complain or they will raise a ticket like we are unable to log into the SAP system. In that case, we need to investigate. So what's happening here? So we need to start troubleshooting. So here, so if no one is logging, then how you can log in? Then it's not possible you to troubleshoot from here. Then there is a OS level troubleshooting is required, log files and everything. That's why instead of checking this trace directory from here, the OS level directly you can check it out. So suppose you want to investigate what's happening here, then here also you have the option trace directory. You can open the trace directory, you can check it out. So trace directory, the work process cancellation, or so we can restarting the work process, all those things we can do it from here. These are the some important things in the tabs here. Okay.
Snapshot means?
Snapshot means so logs collection. If you want to collect the more logs, more snapshots, that time this will be used, the snapshot collections and everything.
Okay.
Suppose the existing logs, it will be displayed, those are enough. But SAP asked you to provide the snapshot logs as well. Sometimes you are unable to fix the issue, not sure why work process crashing always. You are, as a basis consultant, you are unable to troubleshoot it. Then SAP will tell you, go to the administration page, SM50, go to the snapshot, then create the snapshot backup snapshots, then provide the logs. Then they will investigate. They have their own tools. They will troubleshoot the issues for us. So in case basis team unable to fix it out, SAP team will so fix the issues. So that is the snapshot backups here. But
So
normally
where does it say, sir?
OS level it will be stored in the work directory.
Okay. So we see that one, right, in the coming classes?
Yeah, we have the file system structure, everything. We have the file system classes are there. So there, how to troubleshoot the issues at the operating system level. Then which folder we need to check. If any issues, what is the folder, how to troubleshoot the issues. Then if any, that is the type of, what are the common issues we may face it. Then how to troubleshoot those common issues. So that will be covered in the upcoming classes. Okay. But only thing is, you need to concentrate in the SM50, what are the things we can see. And so if the work process are a work process status, we can see it here. If the work process are not free, then what will happen? Means user cannot log in. If the work process are not free, means even you will also not log in, right? But you are already logged in. Then we can kill the some session. But instead of user approval, we cannot kill it. Then you need to investigate what user is running. Why user is not there, then even though the program is running from long time, user is telling like, I already logged out from the system, but we are not sure. As a business consultant, you need to investigate it. Then that time we need to go, whenever any issues comes, that time we have to go to the page. Then there we need to check the log file, what is happening here. Then we need to save the log file as a local file to investigate. Then, so suppose the user asked you to forcefully cancel it, then we can cancel the work process as well. That is also, we can do it here. So that's possible. These three things we can do it in the SM50. SM50 or SM60 is both. SM66 also.
Sir, with core and without core, what?
With core means there is a log file system, it will be restarted. So means the work process will be restarted. So, but there is no log file will be generated. Without core means log file will be generated. If you go to the
Okay.
ST22, there is a log file here. There is a log file here, which you can see that log file will be generated. There is a transaction code called the ST22. If ST22 is the runtime errors, which means we can find out what's happening here. So why that work process went error status. So
mostly we need to check, we need to select the without core only.
without core only, yeah, without core or with core. Sometimes SAP will ask you to generate the dump file and say send to them. Then we have to generate the dump and we have to send to them. So then they will take care of. They will provide the solution. Is it a product bug? Is the patch level bug? Is there any note? Is there any solution we have to implement? Is there any parameter we have to change it? They will suggest us. Then we have to change in our systems. Then that issues will be fixed.
Okay.
Sir, with core means dump will be generated. Without
Right. Yes. Okay, so these two you can practice it, SM50, SM66, then SM51. We can only check the active application server. Here we can only check the active application server. So nothing is there here, right? So configure the time format, all those things. These are not required. No, you won't work here. Here mainly thing is here. So we can check the active application servers are active or not in your day-to-day activity. Here we can check the kernel information, all those things that will come in the upcoming classes. So here, so user remote login here means you can directly, if you have the more application servers are there, you have the more application servers are there here. One more application server, you can select that application server, then you can log into that application server as well. You can also monitor the work process related, all those things. This will come, there's separate transaction codes here, right? So you can directly instead of directly, what we check in SM50 means active application server status. If the application server is active, then users can log in. Here the 3 application server, only one is showing means remaining 2 are down. So which means we need to investigate why 2 are down here. So here we can check it out. So the questions like they may get it out, how to check the active application server status. SM51 is the transaction code. So here 3 are there. In out of 3, you are only seeing the 2. So what does it mean by remaining 2? Means it's down. If it's down, it will not show here. So that is these 3 things. So these 3 things you can practice for today. Okay. So then Monday onwards, so we can.
Sir, one small question.
Yes.
If it is down, it will not be available there. But how will I know? Suppose I'm new to the landscape, I do not know how many are there. In that case, what should I do, sir?
You need to so when they are giving the KT to you, that time they will provide you. You have this many application servers, so you have this many application server, you will come to know. Otherwise, OS level, you have the profiles. In the profiles, we can check it out. How many application servers are there? You can check it out. Otherwise, in the same SAP system, so there is a SMLG transaction code. SMLG transaction code. One topic is linked to the multiple other transaction codes here. Okay. So which means, so at a time, if you learn all the scenarios, all the transaction codes, you will get confused. Here, when you go to the here, you will get the other application servers are though here. So if the 1, 2, 3, 4, all those things will come into this list here. So in case of others are down, then SMLG we can see the green status. Which are active, you will get the green status. Which are not active, you will get the ash color, which means that application servers are down status. Otherwise, in the MMC, we can find out which one is green, which one is not green. We can find out. There also we can multiple ways. But so only thing is you need to wait for the topics to be completed.
Sir, yesterday during the logon configuration, we see that in MMC, the NetViewer application, it's showing down, but the transaction code it was working. That
It will work. So I think I informed to one of the person in